Hello. It's the best day of the week. It's Sarah Wednesday.
Hello.
Yay. It's always a good day when Sarah's here. And even though I'm wearing my Scorpio sweatshirt today, happy Aries season, everybody.
Yes.
So let's kick ourselves in the rear and get going. It's very Aries.
Right?
I am here literally. Thank you. Welcome to the daily. Black and orange.
Orange. Yes, black and orange, yes.
Daily political tarot and astrology.
Mm-hmm.
And astrology. Yeah. See, I get off of my pattern and
it's been a weird week, y'all. It's been wild.
Yes. Anyway, I'm here literally every single day of the year. And on Wednesday, Miss Sarah's here.
Yeah.
So, I'm here to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your political questions in the chat before I come on. I don't do personal readings, sorry. I have people I can recommend if you would like a personal reading, like Jen Lynn Tarot, or Sienna Rose is amazing. Yes. Or Lori from the Way of Positive Change. Those are some ideas. Absolutely. And but yeah, I just do political stuff here. So just put your questions in the chat before I come on. 10% of my income from everything black and orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That is an ongoing thing. We have got epic troll slayers. Thank you. And we have got a great community here because of you. Sharon Rice says, wow, Sarah got autumn mostly on time.
I don't know if I want to say thanks or...
Okay.
Autumn has been doing really, really well with being on time. So,
yeah. This is not, just so you know, this is not easy.
No. A lot goes on behind the scenes. So
yeah. And even on Sunday night at the Petty Boots Club, they actually talked about me for a moment, because I was in the chat, and Jen Lynn was pointing out, said, you know, she's on literally every single day of the year, and she said, "Could you do that?" I couldn't do that, and Johnny was like, "No, no. Mm-hmm. I don't want to people that much. I'd want some quiet, you know." He said, he basically said, "I need some me time." So anyway, all right. Anyway,
he's got some Aquarian in his chart somewhere, does he not?
He's
a very Aquarian statement. Yeah,
but he's a Gemini, so he's a really good communicator. Yes, Gretchen, Kristen at Third Eye Champagne is excellent too. Yes. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I forgot that she is doing some because sometimes it's limited, but right now, yeah, she's doing some in-person reading. Kristen at Third Eye Champagne, who is, without her, I never would have started this channel, and she is amazing. So yeah. All right. So, yeah, I guess we should just get into it then.
Let's do it. Okay, at 4 minutes.
Rose Blue says, I left a question in chat like an hour ago. I guess used tomorrow.
There are questions. I grabbed questions to a certain point. Oh, yes. Baron. He's technically an adult, but just because it's still, he hasn't done anything really to dive into that energy yet. It's still a little weird, even though he's technically 18. So she's not gonna.
We're just he was a minor. He hasn't been a minor for 12 hours.
Yeah,
and he's not in politics. So I'm not going to read on Baron
or anything. He hasn't done any. He hasn't made any speeches. He hasn't done anything to insert himself into public life. So
So
now, if he
All
goes
right.
stumping for dad, that's a different question. That's a whole
Right.
different ballgame. Yeah.
Bit of something. It's not really gossip. It's just something they were saying in the news. And yes, Sylvia. I was jumping ahead to try to figure out the D1223. Anyway, Sylvia, 18 is still a kid to me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement here. So yeah,
Yeah.
Mimi, leave the kid alone. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So
Yeah.
nothing. Carly D says, isn't Barron still in school? Yep, he's graduating, but he hasn't. Yeah, he hasn't graduated yet. So yeah. Anyway, but I appreciate you guys giving me questions. I couldn't do this without you. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes. All right. So at 6 minutes even.
Third time's a charm. If anybody else wants to say something.
The stream is young. By the time we get to the bottom, it's fine. Yeah, we're good. Okay. So, y'all, I read this and I was like,
oh, wait, back up.
uh-oh.
As the kimchi turns, I love that. All Trump's kid, Barron is a dead ringer for his dad.
Yeah, I was thinking that earlier when you sent me that picture, that profile. He looked so much like young dad. Yeah.
But all I could see was how pathetic Donald looked.
Oh, yeah, okay, but put your hand over that part. That takes a whole... I have gotten very good at like mind blocking Trump in a picture and looking at the surroundings because I don't want to see him.
I understand. I understand.
He looks so much... He's a younger, better haired version and taller of his father. He's just so much like him.
Yeah, in People magazine, it's Barron on the right, it's Donald on the left from People magazine, and yeah, Donald looks terrible.
Mm-hmm.
All of this puffiness and the fake orange and slouching, and it's it's not a good look. And there's another picture after that that's just as bad.
Yeah.
So,
oh no, GM Dave, he looks enough like him to where it's Don's kid. It's Don.
Oh yeah,
and Don wouldn't have let that kid come home from the hospital without a DNA test at that point. So it's Don's kid. Yeah. But Donald was taller. I mean, before age, he's lost a good inch or so. So, and Melania's not short.
I'm not going there. A Cherry Bomb says, without drinking the juice box of hatred for decades. That's true. That's true.
Yes. Okay. So, fourth time. All right. No, I'm kidding. At 8:25, let's do this. Trump's allies say that he's resigned to having his estate seized. But he's expecting SCOTUS to just return it to him later. So the first part is, would SCOTUS even hear this case? And so if he applied to SCOTUS and say, make him give it back, would they even hear it?
There isn't even any major arcana here. There was a legal decision. Page of Swords, Six of Swords, the burden of the Ten of Wands, Page of Wands, Ten of Swords, legal, swords and metaphorical back. There's nothing here that says there's nothing. Absolutely not. Matter of fact, even with the burden and the Ten of Swords here, yeah, no. You're done. Okay. There's a 10, here's a 10. They're both bad. Nope.
Well, the follow-up to that was,
yes, Lewis. Sorry, no backsides, no takesy backsies.
Right. If they did hear it, would they fall in line as he wants? Which you're saying that they wouldn't even hear it. So
let me see.
Oh, please.
Card for the reading. Again, 10 of Swords. Not good.
Mm-hmm.
3 cards. Abject poverty, or as close as someone like that will ever get.
Mm-hmm.
3 of Wands, waiting for a ship to come in. Death card. It's not literal. So, yeah,
Right.
waiting for the ship to come, the money to, no. Not even close. Not even a little. Just.
Alrighty. Well, bump it a bomb. Give me 1 second.
The empath says,
Can
I
you
love
still
when the
hear me
cards
properly?
read as humor. Such fun. Yes. I'm sorry?
Okay. Sorry. My phone had went off and I didn't know if it disturbed the balance of the force. So I was making sure that I was still. Ooh, so pretty today.
Thank you. Friend said, I love your nails. Thank you.
No.
I'm trying this new these nail adhesives with this brown. No. I was putting on my socks and one of the nails popped off. Yeah. All right. I've got another one I can try. So, Kristen, just in. New York Attorney General disputes Trump's claim he can't secure the $464 million to post bond.
It's now a new month. Yep. Do you want to look at that real quick?
Sure.
Okay.
This makes me happy. Debo, I don't know. I didn't mention it earlier about Barron and Melania. He's trying to decide what college to go to, what university to go to, and in this country we tend to use the words interchangeably, even though they're not quite. But anyway, he's looking at what college to go to, and she's planning on moving to be near him wherever he goes to college. Make of that what you will. So, thank you. And Greg says, Sarah, you look so beautiful today. Hello from Barbara.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Is there something I can help you with?
No, thank you.
Y'all. I swear, y'all. Okay. Technology is just wild. So the New York Attorney General is now disputing Trump's claim that he can't secure the $464 million to post bond. Can they? Can he?
You know what? I'm gonna pull a bunch of cards.
Okay.
Just sip on my tea, and I'm gonna pull a bunch of cards.
Okay. So what's the first question?
This actually, let me look at the whole situation, if that's okay.
No, go ahead.
I'm going to do an overloaded Celtic. Lewis is asking, your kitty talks? No. My SIRI talks.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, yeah.
All right. So, by the way, I'm gathering information. Michael Cohen had some good information about what Trump actually owns in New York and how much he owes on it and how much he could get for it, plus capital gains taxes and stuff like that. I am trying to put that information tomorrow. I'm hoping to have it for you tomorrow in have a graphic and the things laid out. But the upshot is Michael Cohen is saying because of capital gains, because he's leveraged the Hill, et cetera, because Michael Cohen knows a lot of the actual details.
Well, yeah.
Michael Cohen is saying Trump would have to sell everything in New York, everything associated with New York to pay that much money.
Mm.
All right. Trump says, I can't get it. I sang
TCMC,
yesterday.
that's further on in the questions. I'm sorry.
No. I sang yesterday for anybody who wants to be subjected to that. I turned the list of companies that turned down Trump into a song. So that was yesterday. All right, Three of Swords, not going well for Trump. And I need to pick all those. Okay, half the deck just fell. That's okay. We'll just. Okay, this is going to be okay. Look, you're just going to sit up here.
We're here. It's live. We're doing it live.
We'll do it live.
We'll do it live. Okay.
Oh, thank you, Christine. All right, in the past, con. In this deck, that is a con. That man isn't painting her. He's got her with no clothes on or under false pretenses. And he's done it before with all the other pentacles on the wall. He's a con man. I don't have to say entertainment only. I don't have to say allegedly. No, proven in court. Censor. Queen of Pentacles. You'll notice nobody's coming to help him. Not his kids. Not the big donors. Not his billionaire friends. And he doesn't. Thank you, Betty. He doesn't have the money. Really? Really? Okay. Above the reading. Actually, let me turn this all over. Yes, you were going to say something?
No, I was going to say, Mark Levin, the conservative radio guy, was complaining about that yesterday, or his day before yesterday, on Twitter. Of all of his billionaire friends, why won't any of the billionaire Trump followers give this as a just shame on them for not paying? It would be a pittance for them. And I was like, because they're not stupid, dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if Trump's properties were going up for sale, they might snap them up. But you couldn't trust Trump to give you a fair value. I mean, that's the point. That's why he wants the money. He will not act fairly. So anyway, hanging above this, he's kind of flailing when his tower is, which is the symbol of his properties and what have you. His tower's very much on the line. That's what's hanging over this. The base of it, Seven of Pentacles with the Eight of Swords. And this feels like Letitia James can have a whole lot of money. She's just waiting. She's just following the law. But she could get everything. Home environment. Have you seen him ranting on Truth Social or wherever he was? Oh my, hours of garbage. All right, hopes and fears. His only hope now is becoming president, and he's not going to be president. The Republicans, and specifically the Republicans in Congress and on the Supreme Court who took away women's health care, you can blame them because that will guarantee this jerk isn't getting back in. All right, what other people see? Illusion, delusion. He's a con man, so how can you trust him? Whatever he says. Matter of fact, you know that list I sang yesterday? Apparently the judge has said, or it was either Letitia James or the judge, I think it was a judge, correct me if I'm wrong, said, really? All these people turn you down? I need proof of that. Yes. The challenge, his challenge, really, he is corrupt. He is a liar. You cannot trust him if he said water was wet. Near future 1. Lack of money. Severe lack of money. Desperately clinging to what little he has left. Near future 2. What did I say about out in the cold, poverty, homeless? Not homeless, but This financially, these are terrible cards. Final outcome. He is isolated. Nobody's saving him. And you know how much that's going to burn his toast?
Sorrows, prayers.
And we are going to be watching this.
Oh yeah, heck yeah. Yes, we will.
And these are lawyers and people coming in. This is a Knight of Pentacles. This could be the sheriffs coming in. This could be lawyers. This could be people who judge how much something costs. The
Actuators, or no, not actuators, but the appraisers.
Appraisers. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, my brain was going actuaries, and it was like, no.
No.
Appraisers. None of these cards are good for Trump. Mm-mm. Yeah, and considering what he did to those children, do you know how much empathy I have for him? Which, I'll be honest, kind of hard for me to not have empathy, but boy, has he burned through mine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I need to pick up my car. Oh, good grief. Sorry, hang on.
No, you're good.
Hold, please. What you got?
Well, y'all buckle up because this one is not a fun one. CCMC, I told you this one was in here. At 2150. Trump will have a chance to appeal a ruling that allowed Fulton County DA Fani Willis to continue overseeing her office's sprawling racketeering case into the former president and several of his associates. Trump will now have the opportunity to take his case to the Georgia Court of Appeals ahead of his trial, although there is no guarantee that the court will take the case. If the court agrees to hear this, it will more than likely push the trial past the election. Will the Court of Appeals listen to Trump? I mean, there's no point in asking, will he file? Of course he'll file.
Yeah.
But will they listen and grant him an audience, basically, is the question.
Sorry, this is going to take me a minute because I need to make sure I
No, you're good.
Upside down, and some of these are. I just need to make sure I've got all my cards.
You're good. I'll check in with the chat while you're doing that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. CC Rider, are you not a 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we're good. I just have to make sure they're right way up.
Okay.
I just got to go through these, but
You're good.
Got the hard part done.
CC Rider, I am giving you a wrench so you can post links. I don't know why I haven't done that before. But because you generally bring the heat, so you have a wrench, dear.
And we are very grateful.
Yes, we are.
Very. Thank you.
Okay, so three piles left. 2 piles left. You're good.
1 pile left.
I know, Jay. Her just going through her cards and stuff. It's like watching Grace in motion. She's just. It's very cool.
Thank you. Who said that? Thank you, Jay. That was very sweet. Thank you.
Yes.
All right. So, I'm sorry. Where are we?
No. I'm gonna back up. We're gonna restart the time on this one. So
Please.
at 24:55, bum. Trump will have a chance to appeal the ruling that allowed Fulton County DA Fani Willis to continue overseeing her office's sprawling racketeering case against Trump and several of his associates. Trump will now have the opportunity to take his case to the Georgia Court of Appeals ahead of his trial, although there is no guarantee the court will take up the case. They don't have to listen to him. He can apply. They don't have to accept. If the court agrees to hear this, it will more than likely push the trial past the election. Will the Court of Appeals listen to Trump?
This is on you, McAfee.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still unhappy with this. I try not to get too upset, but I'm not happy with this.
Yeah, I'm not really pleased.
Well, okay, they give Trump the more leeway than other people because of who he was. Knight of Swords. This has already been given more airtime. This whole topic has been given more airtime than it should have had in the first place. It was a gift that Trump got the reprieve for as long as he did. And he should have spent that time trying to find some way to prove his case, which he didn't do.
Right.
King of Cups. Yeah, this isn't the first. This is your Jack Smith. Your, this is. I realize we're talking about Letitia James, but this is what he's going up against. These are smart, tough prosecutors. He is up against.
Are we talking about Georgia, or are we talking about?
Yeah, I mean, it came up as the King of Cups, but what I think that means is he's coming up against smart, tough prosecutors like Jack Smith, like Fani Willis, like, yeah. We've got there's Trump the Emperor, who's everybody's been fawning over him. High Priestess, Nine of Cups. This is the only chance he has, which is that to say that they were lying or there were secrets or there was whatever.
Mm-hmm.
This Nine of Cups, though, is the evidence. And all the evidence she and her people organized and everything they ran through the grand jury.
Sherry, honey, we see you. With your post about the other damages came in while Autumn was picking up her cards, and I was checking over here on the thing. So we're in the chat is pretty busy today, so we're not ignoring you. It's just rapid fire. Sorry.
Well, he sees it as this is insult to injury that she's still in the case.
Mm-hmm.
He knows he's going to lose, and everybody should bow to him and his wishes, but that's not going to happen.
Mm-mm.
And they're going to have to go forward with a lot of work. And this Knight of Cups here, which is headwinds. Now, I do see Fani Willis going forward, and there are some headwinds, but if there's anybody who can handle headwinds, it's Fani
Willis. Yes. Mm-hmm.
I'm not seeing big.
Okay.
Let me try 3 more, but I'm not seeing big legal stuff. Nine of Pentacles for the reading. 2 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups. That's evidence. World. You're done. Their relationship, their partnership, evidence. This is over. There's. Well, he thinks he deserves. He deserves something special, but no.
Alrighty.
Oh, Kristen, judge rips into Michael Cohen for bank fraud trial perjury. has this. I thought Cohen already did his time for perjury. He's paid he's paid society. Anyway, sorry. You were going to say.
No, you're good. You're good. Now this next one, as Autumn likes to say, flames came out of the side of my face. At 3040, y'all, Jared Kushner did an interview at Harvard a couple days ago. I know, right? Where he praised, I'm having to watch. I want to use wordy words so badly.
We're talking about Jared Kushner. I don't blame you.
Yes. So, Jared Kushner praised the very valuable potential of Gaza's waterfront property and suggested Israel should remove civilians while it cleans up the strip. Kushner also said Israel should bulldoze an entire area of the Negev, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, Negev desert.
I want to say Negev.
Yeah. And you can move all the Palestinians there over in the desert. They'll be okay there. So will he face any blowback from this? I don't know.
Well, I think more the question is, will this happen?
Yeah.
Because the human stock photo of you go to iStock photo and you type in greed businessman, and there he is.
Lo and behold.
Who is it who calls him? I think it was on the Stephanie Miller show. There's somebody that calls him a hairless cat.
A little sphinx. That's almost an insult to sphinxes.
It very much. Very much.
Ooh.
Yes, Dave, the Gaza resort for fascist freaks.
Yes. Yay.
Isabel Moss, yes, Kushner's pure trash. Yes, he is. I know it's an insult to sphinxes, but
trash in a decent suit. That is in a very expensive suit. That is horrible. Horrible.
I don't like these cards.
Ew.
I don't like these cards, and I don't trust Netanyahu. Card for the reading. Cause a little upset.
Yeah.
9 of Wands. Page of Pentacles. There are some people in Israel who would see this as payment.
Of course they would.
For what happened. Knight of Swords. This is the military. Ace of Pentacles. There's a lot of money to be made there. Prime real estate. 3 of Cups. Nice little seaside.
Yeah. M. Kelpie, Netanyahu is his godfather? No.
It might be.
Kushner's?
Yeah, because he was friends with Kushner's father. And I want to say Bibi used to, when he would come visit Jared's father, he stayed in Jared's bedroom, I think.
And we put this dude, somehow somebody approved this guy to go do foreign affairs.
Yes. Well, yes.
Oh, sweet, merciful baby Jesus.
Yep. And saying Nettie wants to clear Gaza almost to the salt, the earth level of clearing. That's true. Stars. Jared Kushner looks like he escaped from a wax museum.
Yeah, but not Trussards. Trussards wouldn't. Yeah, one of those. Yeah. One of the
but there-
discount, a Family Dollar type wax museum. Yes.
There we go. Besides, I kind of trust, after all the, centuries of Madame Tussauds, they'd put a kill switch in there,
Yeah.
in case he got away.
I just keep thinking of the first episode of New Who when all the mannequins come to life. And so that's sort of, you expect like the Ninth Doctor to come wanting to speak with the Nestine consciousness at any point with that Jared starts speaking. All right.
Yes, Louis Tavallis. I thought Pinocchio was his father. No, the toy maker.
Gazpacho. No, gazpacho is not. It's Giuseppe.
Giuseppe. I couldn't remember either.
Okay. All right. Geppetto. I was wrong.
Geppetto.
Who's Geppetto? Thank you.
Thank you. Ricky says stayed in Jared's bedroom with him makes you want to be sick. No. I don't think he was in there too.
Right.
I think he got moved out of the room.
Yeah. A lot of people do that when you have family come over. The kids got to crash on the couch. So, if you only have so many spare bedrooms. But if you're that rich, you should have a spare bedroom.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but whatever.
Okay. So, at 3640, because I can't mentally stay in that place for too much longer. Kristen,
you can't stay in that place. You and me, my friend. Yeah.
All right, I'm dragging you on. All right.
Okay,
so,
good.
Kristen at Uncover the News asks, will Trump declare another bankruptcy or is he too narcissistic to do so? And then there's a follow-up to this afterward.
Well, here's the thing. He can declare bankruptcy, but that doesn't change. See, normally when you declare bankruptcy, you go to court and the judge works out what you have, what you don't, what you need to sell, what you can keep, and how to pay your creditors. Well, but here's the thing. If Trump declares bankruptcy now, it doesn't matter. The Letitia James, her people are going to move forward regardless.
Right.
They're moving forward. And so with the bankruptcy idea, he doesn't even know, the judge wouldn't even know, like, I don't even know what to put where yet because all of this stuff is already being taken from you.
Well, actually, a bankruptcy can stop seizure.
By the state?
Mm-hmm. They can stop seizure from the IRS even.
Really?
For some of it, not everything. Like they can't take your primary residence, which for him would be Mar-a-Lago.
I thought that was in certain states. They couldn't take your primary home. But also, Mar-a-Lago is a club. It's not a home.
I don't know. I need somebody who's much better versed at all of this.
I'm sorry.
No. You're good. That was not a thing. I was just saying in general.
Yeah.
So, but
I've got it. Go ahead.
What you got?
Well, for the reading about the Justice card, Six of Cups. He's declared bankruptcy before. Queen of Pentacles, but here's the Tower right in the middle. 8 of Swords, 9 of Wands. If he tries, it won't help. It won't help. This isn't like it was in the past where he could just, oh well, all right, well, we're getting lots of money from Russia now. This is Dunzo. And if he was capable of it, he should be worried about his sons. But he's not capable of it. And they're adults. Yeah. They're adults. They're perfectly capable of going and getting a job. They could have years ago just gone and gotten a job somewhere else. They could have.
Eric's got concrete experience. So
I don't believe that man poured concrete in a path in his backyard.
No. Well, to follow up from that, at 40 even, Kristen also asked if he did declare bankruptcy. If there was a scenario where he declared bankruptcy, would he lose voters?
Okay, I'll look at that. Ricky said, well, Hillary said all Trump's books end at chapter 13. Did she? Is that how she put it?
Oh my gosh. Sherry says, no, it can't stop a court judgment for money owed for fraud because fraud is criminal intentional behavior. Okay. It might, though. I don't know if it would do anything to the what he owes. Oh, no, because that was for criminal, too.
Well, it's just civil.
Well, yeah. For E.G. and Carroll. I don't know. Either way.
Would he lose voters? Yes. Dang. Okay. He is increasingly isolated. And he's been robbing Peter to pay Paul and robbing Paul to pay Peter for a long time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very foolishly, he got away with it. Star, he should be the center, but I've got a 10 of swords here. And I've got happy Democrats. Whole happy Democratic families. So this is not good for Trump, which makes it a good day for me. Well, us.
Yeah. All right. So this one was somewhat interesting, and I want to thank Kristen for shooting it over to me earlier at 52 even. Rudy's former buddy, Lev Parnas, remember him?
Yeah.
He testified this morning and dealt a blow to the GOP's baseless attacks on the Bidens while under oath and noted that Trump was the mastermind. Will this cause any of the right-leaning moderates that are left to swing blue? Now, let me read you the quote. The American people have been lied to by Donald Trump, Rudy Giuliani, and the various cohorts of individuals in government and media positions. They created falsehoods to serve their own interests, knowing it would undermine the strength of our nation. From November 2018 to October 2019, I was a key participant and a witness to numerous efforts to prove that Joe and Hunter Biden were linked to corruption in Ukraine. Rudy Giuliani, on behalf of then President Donald Trump, tasked me with the mission to travel the globe, find dirt on the Bidens so that an array of networks could spread misinformation about them, thus securing the 2020 election for Donald Trump. Check and mate, homie. You're still a butt for doing it.
Yeah.
But points for at least testifying under oath.
Yeah.
Yeah. So will this cause, at this point you would think there are no moderates, but there are some. Any of the non-MAGAs that are just voting Republican because it's got an R by it, will this swing any of them blue?
Kristen's in the chat.
Uh-huh. No.
Considering what's going on with the royalty, what Kristen put in, Trump says he likes the concept of a royal family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Considering what's going on with the royal family right now. Okay.
He would like that anyway because he would have no actual power. They're figureheads. They can't do anything.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Will this cause any of the right-leaning moderates? Do you mean in Congress?
No, voters. Any voters that are out there.
Nobody's listening to Lev Parnas.
Okay.
I mean, he was one of the insiders that says that.
Mm-hmm.
He's not anymore, but he knows what the corruption is.
Mm-hmm.
A whole bunch of major arcana to spread out. All right, 6 of Pentacles, Sun, 3 of Pentacles. He knows what the plan was. Adding insult to injury and Two of Wands. Communicating. Spilling the beans. But that's not anybody changing their votes. Yeah, he's a nobody, I'm afraid.
Okay. Kristen says Trump is a bino, billionaire in name only.
Who says that?
Kristen said that earlier.
That
That's
was
amusing.
awesome.
Yes. And Sherry, thank you. I thought that was right. Bankruptcy is not dealt with in any state court. It's always federal. Any bankruptcy court is federal. Yeah, it's always in the federal level. Okay. All right. So this one is kind of yuckadoo, but it's necessary to look at. We talked about it before. At 56 even. In the new documentary about the scandal, Stormy Daniels said that she took the hush money from then candidate Trump to create a paper trail. So, quote, he could not have me unalived for entertainment. This is her quote. We're not saying that she's saying that. So, Daniels.
No. We're not saying it. She said it.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah,
We're not saying
okay.
that. She said that. Yeah. So, Daniels notes that she was legitimately afraid for her life. Were things really that bad?
Entertainment only, YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Entertainment only. Okay. We're dealing with Dumpy here. All right. First of all, he runs his mouth. We're used to that. He had a plan. Give her money. Kill the story. She did stay quiet. So nothing had to happen. That saved her. The other thing that saved her is that Trump is cheap. And in order for him to potentially, entertainment only YouTube is a thought experiment. In order for him to unalive somebody, it would cost.
Yeah.
And he's too cheap. But she kept her mouth shut, so all was well.
So hypothetically, it was cheaper to pay her off than it would be to pay for somebody to do something else in their silence.
Far.
Yeah, by far.
Yeah, by far. And he is a coward, so there's that. But you have to go back to what I've said many a time. One of the least pleasant things about doing this, though I love doing this, and I'm grateful and that you're here so I can do this every day, is reading on people like Trump or Putin or what have you, because Donald has, let's say, he fantasizes, and it's not about laying on a beach with a margarita.
Yeah. Yeah. We are blowing through these today. So, the next one's a little heavy. We're going to go in international waters a bit.
Oh boy.
Hang on. Yeah. Okay.
Haiti.
Yeah. So at 50 even. Laura asks, could you pull some cards on what's going on in Haiti, and do you see U.S. intervention?
Well, the former president or whatever his title is apparently holed up in Puerto Rico because they wouldn't let him land back on the island. Well, they wouldn't let him back in, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, in theory, he could land on the other side of the island, but they'd have to let him back in.
Yeah.
Dominican Republic. It's bad. I mean, it's gangs and lawlessness, and it's heinous. People being attacked, the innocent not in a good place, just screaming poverty, damage. It ends in a nine of cups, so that could be a lot of humanitarian aid, maybe. Yeah, okay, there's some hope.
We're going to cling to that.
Yeah, people having to barricade themselves in on the defensive, hoping for help. I do have an Ace of Cups in the middle, so that could be help with actual justice. The King of Pentacles would be at least a stable leader, if not necessarily a corrupt free leader, but at least a stable one. I don't know that it's going to be just the U.S.
Okay.
I think there's some one of the reasons that there haven't been more people stepping in is because it's an island.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nearby and it causes problems, but it's not literally right there.
Right.
So it looks like there's some stability coming.
Okay. Well, we're just going to cling to that because, I mean,
great.
The cards can't give an actual timeline. So there's a possible sense of stability in the future. I think with as crazy as it is right now, that's the shred of hope we're just going to cling to. So,
okay.
Now, at other formerly really jank energy, but it's weird and possibly, at 5320, after 85 years since the invasion that kicked off World War II, Poland and Germany are finally thawing to each other. They're having conversations. They're building relationships and rapport. Poland is demanding reparations. Germany has not said no. So they're having conversations. Talks are ensuing. Could this happen? I mean, granted, they're both NATO, so they're not like militarily adversarial anymore. But could some healing happen there? Like, are things getting further closer to? I mean, nothing is going to make things go away.
Yeah.
Cherry Bomb financial reparations. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. What was I going to say? I can't remember. Oh well.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
No, you're fine. Isn't there some right-wing people having some success in Germany?
Yeah. currently they're not on they're not making the actual decisions. They're not at the top level at this moment. But yeah, which is another reason Poland's been kind of
Well, that reparations is a card for the reading, so that's doesn't even mean it's going to happen, but that's the energies here. All right, 5 of Wands. They've been not happy with each other for a long time. 2 of Pentacles. Poland definitely struggled. Here's a star of hope. We like that. 10 of Pentacles. So you've got dynasty history. And the 8 of Pentacles, which is, I don't know if they would give, Germany would give straight up reparations, like money. They might help with something, but I don't even entirely know if it would be more than cosmetic.
Yeah.
But there's some hope. Even if they're just talking again, that's an improvement.
That's very much an improvement. That is very much an improvement. So, I mean, before wounds can begin to heal, you got to get all that funky out. So,
yeah,
the fact that they're even sitting down with each other and talking face to face is like massive.
Terry Stefani says Lily in time before Easter. Yeah.
I think she's responding to somebody else further up in the chat. Yeah.
So.
Okay. Did you just pull something else?
They're going to get along better.
Okay.
But as far as something more than that, but getting along, something new emotional connections is better than the kind of isolation and overpast aggressions.
Yeah.
Temperance is always better.
Okay.
After all this time. I've said this many times. This is a very non-violent channel. I do not believe in violence except in self-defense.
Right.
That's a whole different thing. Somebody breaks into your house, that's a whole different thing. Somebody invades your country, whole different thing. So.
Yep. Okay, so we have come to the portion of the stream where we say it's time for conversations that some folks are not comfortable with and don't want to hear, because we're going back to Buckingham, or Windsor, or whatever you want. Not Lindsay Buckingham, no, Buckingham Palace, Kensington Palace, our neighbors across the pond,
and it just makes some people want to cry.
Yes. Yes, very good. So, if this is a conversation that you are tired of, that you have staunch beliefs in that are in the other direction, that is perfectly fine. We totally respect that. That we're gonna call it a day, if that's and that's
awesome.
Thank you for being here.
Yes, and that's why we stick together. Right. That's why we stick this at the end. So because some people are not into this. So, all right. Well, thank you. And for those who are not staying with us, I do hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. You are not alone. We are in this together, and there are good days ahead. And I'll be right back here tomorrow. Right. So, all right.
Okay. So if you're still here, bless you.
TMZ got had. Absolutely had.
TMZ is fully backtracking. The main guy, if you've ever watched any of the TMZ stuff, it's Harvey and the black gentleman with the braids with the dreads, who are always talking about different things. Well, that gentleman is the head of the newsroom, and he went public and said, yeah, I don't think we were right on that one. That was probably not Kate. I thought it was. I posted it. We were good. And then y'all started dropping comments, and I started looking, and oh, yeah. Not so much.
Let me share. So this guy, what is his name?
I know his face. I don't know I don't know his name off the top of my head. But from the TMZ, where are we at? Oh yeah, because I put the link in the thing.
All right, this is on the community tab for this page, and I posted that they said that's Kate. No, this is Kate. And even if this Kate lost weight,
you don't. Well, she slouched because she would be even taller if she stood straight. And Kate standing straight, her eye line only comes to William's neck. And they're the same. They're both wearing tennis shoes. It's the same shoe, so it's not like,
right. And even if you say, okay, well maybe the ground's down a little bit, it's not down that much.
No. So, but even TMZ is going, yeah, we did this wrong. Yeah. And, also the whole thing was, it's weird that this is the same TMZ who 2 weeks ago posted the puffy face picture of her in the car. And I'm like, which one of those are you trying to sell us, folks? And at the time I thought, Harvey, this is weird. And then I did some more reading and found out that Harvey sold TMZ a little while back to Rupert Murdoch. And then it all made sense.
And why does it make sense?
Because Rupert is Rupert's publications in the UK have been instrumental in pushing whatever the palace wants for years and years and years. The scandals with the phone hacking and everything else, like this is all, so the fact that well, interpret the only people that would sue would be the royal family, and they're not going to sue.
No.
It's in their best interest that people are talking.
Hello, Becca from House of Lenormand. Becca from House of Lenormand's in the chat. Do follow House of Lenormand. She's awesome.
Yes, Irene. Murdoch built Fox. Yes. So,
I do want to yes, B. Smith. No Wednesday big announcement yet, and it is 6:06 p.m. in the UK. It was supposed to be a big announcement no later than Wednesday.
Yeah.
Malting's Cottage says, I think the big announcement thing was just another deflection.
Possibly.
There's been so much lying. So much lying. Let me see. What have we got here? The whole Kate situation. I'm going to do an overload of Celtic. Princess Kate.
Yes, Obama randomly showed up at Downing Street. That was what? But it turns out apparently that was previously scheduled. Like for some foundation, he and Sunak, is it Sunak? I don't know the exact. He and for the Obama Foundation and one of Sunak's charitable foundations that he owns or what businesses or whatnot are collaborating on something. So Obama being there was weird timing, especially since he went straight in, talked for 30 minutes and left without any questions.
Yeah, you're saying why he was there?
Yeah, why was he there and why didn't he take questions? But the thing about it is that was already pre-scheduled, so I'm not going to put my tinfoil hat on for that one. But Cherry Bomb says Barack is trying to get the tea. I know everybody was like, Michelle got tired of her internet, of her Twitter feed, so she sent Barack over there to find out what's going on. That was hysterical.
And if she set her mind to it, he would.
Right. Yes. Whoever, I didn't catch the names. Yes, I am a Whovian. Yay. But yes, Obama was visiting Larry the cat. Yes. So there was nothing nefarious or whatnot. Obama was not brought in to have some sort of weird, sordid conversation about the line of secession or anything like that, because that would be weird. But the internet will take something and run with it. So, but yeah, Obama being there was just, it was a coinky dink. It was an oddly timed coinky dink, but it was a coinky dink. So, yeah. What you got?
All right, card for the reading. Great big secrets. Where's Kate? And again, I want to make this perfectly clear. We, and I'm sure you out there, you, yes, talking to you, and us, we want her to come out.
Healthy, yes.
Come up to a camera in front of everybody and say, thank you for your well wishes. Everything's fine. I'm going to go back and keep recuperating. Kids are fine. Everything's good. And I'll see you in 2 months. We'd be like, okay, that's what we want. We just want to know she's okay.
Yeah.
I mentioned this the other day. We are hardwired to keep an eye on the women that we know of. Now, the fact that we've never met this person, we're even hardwired to, because it's good for the, because back when we lived in much, much smaller groups, even if this was somebody in another group, it was you didn't want to normalize wives suddenly disappearing and no one's seen them or the children. But the men, the husband and the father-in-law are swanning around like everything's fine.
Yeah.
That was a problem, and that's how we evolved.
Well, yeah, and even Charles, there were rumors earlier this week that Charles had died. And then so Charles literally, within like 2 hours of that coming out, did a whole thing where he was driving to the palace. I think he rolled down or talked to somebody. He's like, I'm good. I'm here. And so Charles going through cancer can do that. But
yeah. In the past, they're in the spares. She loves those kids. Loves those kids. Center of the reading. I'll leave that for a minute. All right. First of all, am I seeing illness? If it is, hang on, let me get clarification. I do have one cup card, one out of an overloaded Celtic. If she had abdominal surgery, it could be to do with children, having had children, something feminine.
It happens.
It's possible. But the base of this reading is this woman has always been out there. She has never put a foot wrong, and there is sudden very sharp swords through the heart. Above it, she takes a whole lot. She takes there's so much out there, and they keep putting up these fake, everything's fine, see? No, not everything's fine. Home environment. See, Swords can be surgery, but this feels like what I'm getting is cleaving. Hopes and fears. Yeah, we're not seeing enough. There's not enough.
Right.
Prove it. We don't want word of
Right.
life. We want proof of life.
Right.
And we don't want more than that. We don't need to know what the surgery was. We don't need to know.
Yeah, I don't need to know her business.
We don't need to know her business. We just
Mhm.
want to know she's alive and upright. That's not a lot to ask.
Yeah.
What other people see, they say the king and the future king.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
The challenge is this conniving from the palace. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Near future one is Two of Cups and the moon.
Mm-hmm.
And because this isn't in the past, it isn't around the question, it isn't
Mhm.
in the home environment, some kind of, this is a health card wouldn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because it'd be like, okay, maybe she's getting some kind of new therapy. I'm trying, but I've got a moon card here that's not good. There's something,
Mhm.
this moon card, this is bad. This is howling at the moon upset. And this is the card of partnerships, relationships. This is bad. And the final outcome, Ace of Wands, which is Judgment, and the Six of Swords, which is leaving. I want to say, absolutely, it's a health problem, and she's fine. Please, please prove me wrong that this isn't as bad as it looks.
Kathy, the empath, says this wouldn't fly under the queen. Well, the queen
No.
had a saying that I have to be seen to be believed. End quote. That is a quote from the queen. Paula, you make the point. Anything done at this point will cause more uproar, but it's just going to, nature arbors a vacuum. It's just going to get worse. I used that quote wrong, but you get what I'm saying.
Nature abhors a vacuum. No, that's true. That's true.
Now, as far as the market is concerned, the more that's come out, the more I believe that I just think everybody's been had. I think this dude hired two lookalikes to go walk and took pictures. And I don't think the palace was behind the market at all. I do not think that. I think that there was some opportunistic, well, hey, if they're rolling with it, let's do it type things. And they went with it. Just to get, hoping that it would shush things down. But I don't think that, Cherry Bomb says she should just say she's been playing Elden Ring before the DLC comes out, right? But to be perfectly honest, do you know who I feel really bad for in this situation? Anne. Before all this, Anne was the hardest working royal, and now the top 4 senior royals have not been working in some degree since mid-January. So this woman, who is already well past retirement age, has been spinning plates and doing all this stuff and handling as much as she can physically handle. Yeah. And I agree, Paula. Yeah, the video came from the Sun and they were 2 hired fakes. I think that the photographer hired them and sold that to the Sun and to TMZ, because TMZ got international rights and the Sun got UK rights. And he got his money and he ran, and there you go.
We know he got at least 200,000 pounds
from TMZ. I don't know what he got from the Sun. Right. But TMZ has admitted that they paid him 200,000 US. So,
which means when's the last time we actually know we saw Kate Princess Kate was Christmas Day.
Mm-hmm. TJ, even TMZ is saying that they were duped. It's not, the official people are saying it's not them. Even the royals are saying it's not them. So no, it's not. Yeah. Mm-mm.
Let me see what else I can pick up. All right, let me read on William.
Okay.
Let's see what I get for William. Try to put as many of my own feelings aside as possible. That's William.
And TJ, I agree. Anne is awesome. She's always been my favorite ever since that attempted kidnapping thing that I read about in the 70s. And they tried to yank her out the car, and they're like, "You're coming with us." And she's like, "Not bloody likely." And she embraced her inner Philip and went off on them. She's like, "Let me tell you something about you that you don't know," type of thing. And I'm like, this is my lady. Love her. Anne is the bomb. I will not, we're all human and we're all flawed, but she rocks. So.
Wow, I don't like this. Don't like it. Yakadu. All right, I'll show you what I'll show you what cards I have.
Okay.
Card for the reading is the Four of Swords. And I was going to use my regular deck, but I felt like I really needed to use this one today. In this deck, let me show you. Four of Swords is a woman alone in bed.
Mm-hmm.
Reading, King of Wands. That's the card, even though he's a double Cancer, which is a water sign. I've been getting William as the King of Wands. Six of Cups. The facade, also the kids. Okay. Nine of Swords. Not a happy bunny. There's a woman there. It's kind of like this, but it's bad. Seven of Wands. So Wands would refer back to the King of Wands here on the defensive. So it'll turn out great. Everything will be fine. Everything will be great, right? King of Swords. That could be any number of things, but none of them are cuddles with wife. That can be a divorce lawyer. That could be people in charge of communications. That could be him as a military leader in the sense of he has all his titles, and it could be a lot of things, but it's not. Yeah, Maria, I'm with you. Oh boy. Empath comforting? No, this was not comforting. I'm not getting comforting. I want to get comforting.
Wow.
And talking about the palace being boneheaded. All right. King Charles III is sick with cancer and blessed.
Mm-hmm.
We all wish him all the health. No one should have to go through that. May he absolutely be on his steady way to health. Absolutely. Which is fine. Okay, so that's that. So, but then there was talk about that this with supposedly, there were people supposedly, it was leaking out that the BBC had been told that there was going to be some big announcement this weekend or by Wednesday at the latest. Well, it's 6:24 p.m. in the UK right now, and there's nothing.
Right.
All right. So that's not good. Which would help if, when these things came out, if the palace said, there's no big announcement, instead of letting it just run, unless they were just trying to get more time and effort. But one of the things people were talking about was because the king is so ill, would there be some kind of regent put in temporarily while he was undergoing whatever he's going through?
Right.
And of all the people, see, personally, I think they should choose Anne or Edward, who's kept his head down, who just does his work. My understanding is not a ton of controversy there, right? It should be one of them.
Right.
Instead, my understanding, the palace put out that they would choose one of, if they did that they would likely choose one of Charles's cousins, whose name is, I kid you not, his first name is Richard, to become regent.
Because that hasn't historically been a bad thing.
No, with Kate missing, her kids, nobody's seen. So Richard, the regent,
he's Duke of Gloucester, I think. Yeah,
missing.
Can anyone check the tower? I joke, but yeah,
but it's like, look, we're not saying he had anything to do with anything, but it's like, do you not think any of this through? Do you not think any of this through? Really?
As far as anybody saying, well, the Sun is sticking by that. The Sun is not well received in the UK by most folks, especially after Liverpool. Just Google it. I'm not going into that. I had my husband explained it to me, and it took many days and much emotion. And then we watched documentaries, and so just look that up. Holly, Obama wasn't called to number 10. That was a pre-scheduled meeting that just happened at a weird time. The Obama Foundation and one of Sunak's foundations or companies or whatever are doing some sort of charity thing. And this was already happening. Somebody pointed out it's been on the books for over a year. It just fell weird. And to be perfectly honest, Obama probably thought when leaving, he's not going to take any questions, because it would be, did he tell you where Kate was?
Right.
So our man Barrio was just like, deuces, I'm out. So he came in starting cool like he does. He did his thing, petted the cat, left. I don't blame him one bit.
Wait, there was something else in here. Oh, Amy Jones asking, what exactly do the royals do? Cut ribbons and give out awards? They are basically ambassadors. Yeah. That's their job. In the same way they are promoting the UK's companies, products. They're ambassadors. That's their job. They will push. They also do charity work. They do a lot of charity work, and they're ambassadors. That's their job.
Think of like a souped up version of your attorney general in your state. They are there to attract good press, to tourism, to boost up companies, and then add a whole charitable portion of it. And that's sort of what they do. So yes, figureheads.
I misread some Cherry Bomb's comment in the chat, because I know somebody was saying, Richard the Lionheart, or Richard the, wasn't so bad. But I looked over and I could have sworn it was, because you are very funny, I could have sworn it for a second. It said, yes, Richard the Tiger Beat.
Man. That is hysterical.
That is hysterical. But anyway, Suburban Housewife says, not Camilla, please. No, the regent would be a blood family member. It wouldn't be anybody who's married into.
Right. And Richard was a younger cousin, if I'm not mistaken, of actually Elizabeth. So he was a first cousin of Elizabeth. I mean, like much younger, but still. Yeah. So
he's not going to be in Tiger Beat.
Nope. No, not Tiger Beat.
And if you've seen a picture of him, you would know exactly how.
He's not a bad looking guy. He's just older. So yeah. Well, girl, that's not going to happen in this case. There's just Harry. Some people are speculating that that's one of the reasons why Harry was flown in, was to have that conversation in private. When Charles first got sick, and Harry was like, "Nah, fam," and he left. Some people are saying, well, they could ask Beatrice, but then that would put her Andrew too close to anything, and she doesn't have the training. I mean, she's never,
Yeah. Well, my understanding, and I could be wrong, was Harry flew in to see his father, but his father only gave him like half an hour.
45 minutes total.
45 minutes total. And then it was like, yeah, okay, we're done.
Yeah.
And Harry went home. That feels like being cold to, that sounds like that came from Charles' side to me.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen? Cards are terrible.
Oh no.
The cards are just terrible. I look. Did I say the wrong name? I meant Harry. Sorry.
Yeah.
I want this. I do not. This is very random, but it's an expression I use quite a bit that poor Sarah's heard far too many times. Way back in the early 90s, Nine Inch Nails went on tour, and I was lucky enough to see them live in New Orleans. Great show.
Yeah.
Well, it was the Downward Spiral era, and it was the last show on that tour. And if you got a t-shirt, on the back, it had the spiral, and then it had all the names of the songs written around the spiral. But because of that, and because of two different songs that happened to be next to each other in the middle of that CD album, whatever, right across the top, it said, "I do not want this big man with the gun." It's a surprisingly useful, something to say. I don't want these cards. I don't want King of Cups. There are going to be some people who are still saying, "Oh, William, isn't he lovely?" But he is metaphorically, please listen, metaphorically dying inside. Something's bad. Nine of Cups. We can see the evidence. We can see it's right there. Tower. Judgment. Eight of Cups. More evidence. They're walking away, not even addressing it.
Yeah.
Major Arcana suspension. Whatever has caused this is not going to, it's not going to just blip. It's whatever. Okay. Think it through, and this will be the last thing that we'll say on this, for this week, because this is going to turn into a weekly thing until we can vent about it. If you think through, what are the possibilities? Okay. They said she had abdominal surgery that was planned. Okay, that doesn't quite make sense because of the ambulance on the 28th. And no one saw her between December 25th and when she was supposed to be having the surgery on January 12th, I think it was, something like that. All right, well, that's odd. No one saw her go to the hospital. No one saw her leave. Her husband visited the hospital once. Okay, so there's some
weird
things there not adding up. And then I won't go through the whole thing, but if you just say, okay, I'll take what I'm being told at face value, and then you go, it doesn't fit.
Right. I want everybody happy and healthy across the board.
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm good, Anne. I'm good. I'm just okay. So what? So in that Spanish. Okay, here's the thing. Some people I know. I don't know this, but what I've heard, which could be gossip, is that the nanny is Spanish, and the nanny went home. Maybe it was just for Christmas, but that's apparently why the Spanish journalist, who apparently knows the nannies, came out and said that Kate was like in some kind of.
It didn't go well.
Yeah,
it was.
It didn't go well. And
supposedly, according to the Spanish papers, the actual procedure went great, but it was in the after recovery that it did not go well.
Yeah. So she's not conscious.
At the time. Yeah.
At the time. And it's like, all right. They could say that. There's nothing stopping them.
Right. This is, and that would actually get them. I mean, this isn't the days of Elizabeth's father where, he had a lung removed in the palace in a closed off ballroom because he didn't want anybody to know, because it would show, he was afraid it would show weakness after, what Edward had done. But this is a new time. And to be perfectly honest, they could use the sympathetic press.
Yeah.
And so
you're right.
Again, this, if nothing else, as I've said from the very beginning, if nothing else, this is proof that their PR department sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And if she had surgery and she's fine and she's at home recuperating and the kids are doting on her and William is cooking and, birds are tweeting and,
fabulous.
Little mice in little t-shirts are dancing around, the family room. Then why have the kids not gone back to school?
I watched, unironically, we've been watching The Crown, and we finally watched the last episode of the last season. And at the very end, the series goes through, the last episode happens at Charles and Camilla's wedding. So it doesn't go much further beyond that. So, William is still in St. Andrews dating Kate, whatever. All right. But Elizabeth and Philip are having a conversation about, the future of the monarchy. And did this conversation actually happen? I doubt it. Was it dramatized? Absolutely. Are the writers great? Of course. Because, Elizabeth's like, I feel unsettled that it's not, things aren't going to be quite right once we go. And he goes, well, yeah, we're a dying breed. The monarchy itself is changing, and I don't think anybody would be equipped to carry that further. And then in a total Philip thing, he because they're in Westminster, and he points over to where they were eventually interred in that general area. He's like, we're going to be over there, and that's okay. We won't hear the screams. As he's trying to get her to laugh, he's like,
right,
we've been here, we've done our job to the best of our abilities. We're going to do everything. We're not going to hear them. Yeah. He said, so he said, all we can do is just give them the best, that we can. And they're going to have to figure it out, and they're not going to be as good as you were. And that's just how it is. And so I was crying, but yeah.
I'm sorry. Deborah, I'm afraid I don't understand. Shen Greenwich said, Cash Peters says wherever she is, it seems dark, but she's resting. I saw Cash Peters' thing. What I remember from that is he was saying she was in a dark place. and she couldn't, like the window was completely like grayed over and she couldn't, she was not happy. So the last thing I'll say, somebody, who was it? I'm sorry, asked me to look at the future of the House of Windsor. 9 of Wands, very much on the defensive. 4 of Cups, they're not listening. They're not listening. That's their biggest problem right now. Well, other than whatever's really happening. They're not listening. Death card, Devil card in the middle. 4 of Wands is just vacation, retirement, in this kind of a party-ish situation. Moon. Upset, turmoil, emotional turmoil. This is not good. But they could fix it. They could fix it today.
I guarantee you George knows how to hit a button on an iPhone. They don't even need an intern. They got a kid.
Yeah, but we don't want the kids to do that.
No, but
They're
what
minors.
I'm saying, but you know what I'm saying. I mean, not of himself, but he can record his mom hold the phone and hit the button for 2 seconds. And that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
So,
yes. If his mom said, "Hey, hold the phone for me," and hit the
thing.
hit the record button. Yeah. So
right.
anyway, Catherine Lopez says, they say Kate will be in church Easter Sunday. Actually, no, they were saying that she wouldn't be around actually until June.
Yeah,
and
it's been pushed back further.
Trooping the Colors, and a few hours later, her name was then taken off of that.
Yeah. So,
and there's nothing planned in future for her at all. Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, so we hope gosh, the people, come on. Talk about shooting yourselves in the foot metaphorically. You could fix this. Whatever it is has got to be better than all of this.
Yeah.
Because every day you are hammering the credibility of the monarchy.
Oh,
you are taking
nobody's going to
the
trust them.
sledgehammer every day that passes. So, all right, but thank you for sitting through that and talking with us through that, because it's good to just let it out and discuss our feelings, and thank you. All right, so it's 1:42 p.m. here in Chicago, here in the Central Time Zone. And I will be back here tomorrow, regular time. Thank you, Sarah, for being here. You are such a joy.
Thank you.
All right. So you hang in there. You're not alone. We are in this together. There are good days ahead. All right. Take care. And I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Bye. Oh, wait. Was there a minute ago, there was a kitty toe, but it's gone now. It's all turned to warm. Okay. Bye.